Hey guys, Wet Movie One back here again for another Blu-ray DVD update video for you guys today. It's been about over a month since my last, update video. Been kind of busy, a couple of, stressful things have happened, but I got a whole bunch of stuff here to talk to you guys about physical format related, because that's what I'm all about, man, is physical media. I got over 20 Blu-rays and DVDs here to talk to you guys about. Also, my mom's gonna pop in with her guest review a little bit later on in this video here. But guys, if you like my videos, please give them a thumbs up, drop a comment, let me know what cool new DVDs and Blu-rays you guys have been picking up recently. So let's get started with it. First up, from Scream Factory, also known as Shout Factory, is a cool, what's it called, horror, not horror, but kind of like a suspense thriller film that came out back in, what was the year, 1965, starring Joan Crawford, and that is I Saw What You Did here on Blu-ray. I didn't know anything about this film before getting it from Shout Factory to talk about and review, and I really got a kick out of this one. It's about these two young teenage girls, back in the 60s, before there was, cell phones, before there was, Star 69 and things like that. These two girls are being left alone at home because their parents are going off on doing whatever they're doing, and they're left alone at home, and these two girls they just get bored hanging around at home, so they start prank calling people, and you know what I mean? And some of the stuff that they're saying to these people on the phone is going, I know what you did, I saw what you did and I know who you are, kind of thing, just to freak people out and things. But yet, they do it, and some people that they call are like, yeah, right, whatever, stop messing around, girls, but then one of the people that they call is just in the middle of, just killed somebody. You know what I mean? And they're like, I saw what you did, and I know who you are. And the guy on the phone is just like, wait, what the hell? Because he just killed a person. And this is pretty much him trying to figure out who these people are that said that. And they're only the two little girls, teenage girls that are just messing around on the phone. And it's just really kind of crazy, and how them making jokes, really. Turn shit upside down for them, and the killer's after them now, kind of thing. It's really kind of cool. I don't want to ruin it anymore, but I really kind of got a kick out of it. You know what I mean? But it has that weird 60s music, stuff that you would hear in the movie Bye Bye Birdie. What's it called? I Saw What You Did, and I Know Who You Are. It looks nice on Blu-ray, and also comes with a theatrical trailer on here. And the next one up right here, from Scream Factory also, is another film this one actually came from 1972, and this one who stars Patty Duke, actually. I had to look at the back to remember. And it's called I Like Your Mother. And it's called a thriller here, and it's pretty much about this young woman played by Patty Duke. Her husband, just got killed in Vietnam or whatever it was, and she's pregnant with her husband's child, but yet she's never met her husband's family, her mother, her father, or anything like that. But yet she just lost her husband, and she's like, what? I need to figure out what to do with myself. So I want to meet, my husband's family. So she ends up, driving or taking a trip to Minnesota or whatever it is. But once she gets there, she finally realizes that her husband's family is completely out of their minds. You know what I mean? The mother's kind of crazy. Her husband's sister is kind of mentally disabled a little bit, and kind of kooky and things. And it's just what she witnesses when she goes to visit her fiance's or her husband's house, family and things. It's really kind of weird. I really kind of dug the hell out of this movie. You know what I mean? It had a really good atmosphere to it, really kind of suspenseful, because when she gets to this house, she finds out that the mother's crazy, and just a lot of weird things are happening in this place, but she can't go anywhere because she's in the middle of this small town, middle of this middle of nowhere kind of place, and it's she's all snowed in, so she can't really go anywhere. She's 7 or 8 months pregnant or something like that. It's really kind of crazy. It's in the vein of it's in the 70s style, so it's kind of like a slow burn. But I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. And you also get interviews in here with two of the actors that are still around, talking about the experience on the making of the film, which is 50 minutes long. I'm like, geez, man, these guys can talk. And you also get a photo gallery and a theatrical trailer on here. But if you've never seen this one, definitely give it a chance. I actually really liked it. But next one up over here from Scream Factory also is one of their newer films that they're releasing, and it kind of felt like a made-for-TV kind of movie. And it stars Traci Lords and Dominique Swain, and it's a Sharkanasas Women Prison Massacre here on Blu-ray. I only really wanted to see this one because it stars Traci Lords Lords, and Traci Lords was in a movie that my dad did called Shock 'Em Dead, back in the early 90s and things. So I just kind of want to see what she was doing now, because if you know Traci Lords, she originated, became famous for, being an underage porn actress back in the 70s or 80s or something like that, when she was in all these porn movies when she was under the age of 18, and people didn't know, when she was doing that, but then people found out and had to recall all of her porn videos and take them away and shit because they were child pornography, weird stuff like that. And Shock 'Em Dead, the movie my dad did with her, was her first movie, I believe she did, when she was getting out of the porn industry and stuff. So it's just a whole weird kind of thing. And this is a new film she stars in called, Sharkanasas Woman Prison Massacre. And there's not really much to say about this movie. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like a Sharknado kind of sort of, goofy thing with a shark. You know what I mean? Kind of trying to capitalize on that kind of audience, that kind of crowd. And it's pretty much, about these, women that are in this prison that are being let out on work details, pick up trash on the road to just do random stuff out in the middle of nowhere. And when these prisoners are out there, they don't know that this prehistoric shark from the Stone Age or whatever has just gotten released and is out on a rampage killing people, and they're out there and they're gonna start getting picked off one by one, and it's them trying to battle against the shark. That's the kind of nonsense this movie is. I know the target audience for this, but for some reason I just couldn't get into it. I enjoy the Sharknado movies. I kind of like the vibe of those, but this one was just kind of I could take it or leave it. The kind of effects were kind of cheesy, but you kind of expect that, watching a movie like this. But this movie was also directed by Jim Wynorski, which is the same director of the movie Chopping Mall from the 80s, which I loved. I just found out is going to get a Blu-ray release from Lionsgate, which is amazing. And he directed this film. And Jim Wynorski also directed what's called 976 Evil 2, back in the day. So we get a decent director here, but the movie is just kind of kind of forgettable, to be honest. But the next couple up here are from Arrow Video US here, and the first one up right here is The Stuff, right here on Blu-ray. But this movie, if you don't know what it is, it's pretty much about this weird white oozy stuff that comes from the earth, and this company capitalizes on it, takes it and sells it, as a tasty treat, to humans, and people are eating it like it's the best thing on the planet. They're like, oh my god, this is the best new yogurt ice cream kind of thing. It's the best treat anybody can have, kind of like how I go to Menchie's all the time and things. But yet they don't know that this stuff is, not really being processed, not really, the company is just making money, calling it The Stuff, but they don't really know what's in it and what it can do to people. And this one family is doing nothing but eating it. Everyone's eating it and things. But yet this one kid, sees it one day. He's about to eat it and he sees it move. You know what I mean? He sees it forming in weird shapes and things. And the kid's like, oh hell no, I'm not eating this. And he tries to tell his parents, don't eat this, don't eat this. It's poisonous, it's sick. Don't do it, don't mess with it. But yet his parents don't, don't listen to him and things. Then they eat it and they kind of turn into zombie-like creatures and stuff. It's really kind of crazy. You have to watch the movie, see how it unfolds. But it's a really wacky, zany kind of thing. But it looks absolutely beautiful on Blu-ray. And I love the new transfer on this. You get a handful of new special features on here. So if you're a fan of the film, definitely upgrade to the Blu-ray here. It looks really good. And this one right here, the next one, I've never seen this film before until I got the Blu-ray, and it's called The Zero Boys here. And I believe this one has the Blu-ray and the DVD inside, so if you don't have Blu-ray, you can get this, and it has a DVD in there. And this one's about, a group of survivalists, that pretty much go out there and play paintball and mess with each other and just have fun. And until these group of people, go to this cabin just to have a good time. These are 20-something, teenager kind of people. They end up, going to this, house in the middle of the wilderness. And when they go to this house, they really have to put their survivor skills to work here, because as soon as they get to this house, they start to feel like they're being watched. You know what I mean? Something's happening. There's this weird, creepy people, because then this house that they're in is abandoned. They don't really know. There's neither place to crash. And when they go there, all this weird stuff starts to happen, and they have to put their survivor skills to work. And I kind of enjoyed it for what it was. It has that one star. I keep forgetting her name, but she's from the movie Oh my god, I can't remember now. Night of the Comet. What was her name again? Kelli Maroney up in here. I think she's absolutely beautiful. And it really looks nice on Blu-ray. I thought that some of the effects were kind of decent, but it's not one of those movies that I'm really going to remember or revisit a whole lot, to be honest. But I just wanted to let you guys all know that this one's out. It's not terrible, but it's just kind of like, it just wasn't my thing, to be honest. But this next movie up right here for MVD Entertainment is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life, but it's so bad. It's probably the best movie I've seen in like recent times. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen those movies that are so bad? You're like, I gotta show my friends. I want other people to see this thing, see how bad this thing is. And it's called The Dangerous Men here on Blu-ray. I don't even really know how to explain this movie because it's just complete and utter nonsense. It's pretty much about this. I'm gonna try to explain it the best I can about this couple that just gets married. They're very in love with one another until the husband of this couple gets murdered in cold blood, and it's all about the wife going on revenge to try to take out the people that took out her husband, and going on a killing rampage, killing people. And there's other stuff going on in it, but it's just really kind of hard to explain. This one's actually put out by Draft House Films and stuff also. But it's just the story behind the film is more interesting than the film itself, to be honest. Because this film right here, the director I believe was like John Rad or something like that, and he started shooting this movie back in 1980, back in the 80s, and then he had to stop filming in the middle of the 80s and then start reshooting the finish of the film in the 90s, but then the film didn't come out in theaters or wasn't completely finished until 2005. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like a really random, really thrown together kind of movie, and I really kind of enjoyed the behind the scenes look and the story and the special features on this thing more than the actual movie. You know what I mean? They even have interviews from the people, like the 12 people that saw it in the theaters, talking about their experience seeing it in the theater and being the only people in the theater that saw it, kind of thing. But like if you love those movies that are just so bad they're good, kind of like Troll 2 in a way, definitely check out The Dangerous Men. It's just really hard to explain, but it's so much fun. You guys will probably like it, but make sure you watch it with friends though, man.
Hi, I just have one thing for you today, and as usual, it's my episodic television. This particular show I'd never heard of, but then again, I don't watch that much TV anymore, so I'm kind of behind the times, but I really enjoyed it. It's called 10 Items or Less, and actually I don't know why they called it that, because throughout the series, the name of the store is Greens and Grains. But, I mean, I get it. 10 items or less is a little more interesting than Greens and Grains, I guess. But I liked it. It's just about a young man who, played by John Lair, who inherits a family grocery store when his dad dies, and he tries to make the best of it. And I like it because it's just got all sorts of individual kooky characters that work there. The real sexy butcher, the real kind of dumb sort of, clean up aisle 5 type of guy, and then the cashier and the bagger and the customer service. Anyway, all the characters are pretty funny. They're all well drawn, well individualized. And it's actually a complete series, and there's only actually 12 episodes. I really liked it. I'd pick it up if I were you. It's something funny to watch.
Alright guys, and next up over here is a martial art film called Die Fighting here on Blu-ray from MVD Entertainment. You guys all know I love martial art movies and things. This one's about a group of martial artists that are into like making short films and things. And at the beginning of this movie, this group of martial artists just won an award at this film festival. They're really happy about the award they won because they think they're going to make it big in Hollywood now. But right after they win this award, the head of this martial art group, his girlfriend gets kidnapped. And these guys, the head of this martial art team and this group have to, go on this adventure, to try to get the guy's girlfriend back from this crazy psychopath that kidnapped her. And it's them just trying to do anything they can to get her back. But yet, in the meantime, as they're going on this mission to try to find out where she is, they have to, fight these different martial artists along the way, to get her. You know what I mean? Because there's this crazy psychopath that gives them a cell phone, and they have to keep going, what do I have to do now to get my girlfriend back? You have to fight this big guy in this alley, or these group of thugs in this alley now. And they don't know they're being videotaped for this other guy's movie that this guy's making. And it's just really kind of cool. It's like the very first found footage martial art film. You know what I mean? It's really kind of hard to really explain this movie. It's just kind of what it is. But like the action sequences of this film is absolutely amazing. The kung fu stuff is awesome. The acting is not the greatest. The acting is kind of and the story is kind of you know what I mean? But like you're pretty much watching it for the fighting, but like I really did dig this one. Liked it a lot more, than I thought I was going to. So if you guys are martial art fans like Brian Klassen out there, definitely get this film. It's really cool for the martial art aspect of it. But these next 3 films up right here, guys, you guys are gonna be like, what? You have these on Blu-ray, huh? You know what I mean? But like, you can only get them on eBay right now, and I got them from this company called Deep 13. I'll have a link down in the description box of this video, so where you guys can pick these up yourselves. And I'm not really gonna get into the films themselves because like you guys all know the movies, especially if you watch my videos here, because I'll be here all day talking about them. But I got Fright Night 2 here on Blu-ray. You guys all know this. This is of course the sequel to the original classic of Fright Night here, but this is the Blu-ray version right here, and you also get the widescreen version of the film because it's only ever been released on DVD and full screen, and you also get what was it on here? A theatrical trailer, an HD remastered trailer on here, the home video trailer, and the Fangoria magazine, like that's on here, like the scans of the pages of the Fangoria magazine that featured Fright Night 2 on here. But guys, this is an actual HD transfer of the film on Blu-ray, made by fans for the fans out there. But just keep in mind, these films that I'm going to show you here, that they look, to be honest, they look like bootlegs when you get them. You know what I mean? Like the back looks kind of sort of strange and everything like that, like the box art and things. And when you open it up, the thing doesn't have disc art or anything like that. But when you put it in the player, the transfers of these films looks absolutely fantastic here. And the other one I picked up over here, from that same guy, is called Trick or Treat. Here on here on Blu-ray. This is another film that's only ever been released on VHS and DVD, but never, on Blu-ray. And of course, this is a heavy metal, rock star horror film that stars Gene Simmons and what was his name again? Ozzy Osbourne up in here. Like I remember having the old DVD of this that was like in a weird plastic case. I have it over here. But like this is just an amazing transfer on here. And on this Blu-ray, you get behind the scenes special features, Trick or Treat the album, theatrical trailer, and TV spots. So if you're a fan of the film, it looks absolutely amazing, and it's probably the best way you can watch this film right now on Blu-ray. The same thing with all these other ones here. And the other one right here is The Gate. Here on Blu-ray, the demonic edition here. And on this Blu-ray, you get The Gate, and they also include The Gate 2 on this Blu-ray here. But The Gate 2 is just the VHS, the DVD, rip of the film that's on here. But like the the Blu-ray version of The Gate, the original one, has a beautiful HD transfer right here. So if you're a fan, definitely check it out. It also comes with pretty much all the special features from the previous DVD editions of the film. They even say it on the disc itself when you're watching it, like from the DVD, kind of thing. Audio commentary tracks, behind the scenes, featurettes, TV spots, trailers, like all that, jazz that you got from the DVD versions of the film. But like this film looks absolutely beautiful on Blu-ray. So if you're a fan of, The Gate, Trick or Treat, or Fright Night 2, which has been long out of print now, Fright Night 2, definitely get these ones here because they include pretty much all the special features that you got from the previous editions of the best editions of these films that are out there. So yeah, guys, if you want to pick up these Blu-rays right here, Fright Night 2, Trick or Treat, and The Gate here on Blu-ray, definitely check out the link down below to the guy's eBay page. I definitely recommend the transfers on these. Just keep in mind the packaging is just kind of strange, but like the picture quality is just out of this world stuff, man. Really dig the quality of the picture here. And next up over here from Universal is a movie I was interested in checking out, and it's called The Boy here on Blu-ray. This is a film about this young woman, who needs work, who needs to make some money and things, but yet she gets hired to babysit this one kid for this couple in this big house in the middle of nowhere. And she goes to this house and for her job and things, but yet when she goes there, she finds out it's this old couple that wants her to watch their young boy, but it's not really a boy, it's a doll. It's this little toy doll that this old couple is pretending that that it's alive and it's their son and things. So she kind of plays it off, going, okay, alright, these are just crazy old people, I guess I'll just do it for the money and things. But as soon as she starts babysitting this kid, she starts witnessing different things happening, like some of her clothing gets taken away or disappearing, hearing weird noises and things, and not knowing is this doll really alive, kind of thing. And you have to watch the movie to find out how it all turns. But I know there's a lot of movies these days that are kind of like this, like Annabelle and what was like killer doll movies, like Chucky and shit, kind of like not like that, but you know what I mean? Like, it kind of in the same kind of vein, but like, it did have some really decent moments in here, like freaky kind of moments, but I didn't love it. You know what I mean? It's definitely not one of the better horror films, of the day. It really had some nice set pieces. It was really nicely shot and acted and everything, but it just really didn't really, keep my interest, throughout this whole entire thing. It had, like I said, some creepy, scary moments, but you gotta keep in mind, it's a PG-13 horror film, and that's what they are kind of doing these days. If they slapped an R on it, they could have made it a little bit, more, a little bit more scarier. Who knows? But it's not horrible. It's just not the best thing. It's just kind of like you watch it once and probably forget about it kind of movie. But that's The Boy here on Blu-ray. Alright guys, and next up over here from Universal also is Ride Along 2 here on Blu-ray, starring Ice Cube and Kevin Hart over here. I also got these things to promote the movie, a couple of weeks ago right here. I've been a big fan of, Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, but, Ice Cube the most ever since the Friday movies, back in the day. And this one right here picks up where the last one left off. Kevin Hart's still gonna marry Ice Cube's, sister in this film, but yet now Kevin Hart in part 2 is an actual police officer now, but he wants to become a detective like Ice Cube is. And Ice Cube at the beginning of this film is going to be going to Miami to go on this big to try to solve this big case that's going on, and Kevin Hart wants to prove himself to Ice Cube that he can become a detective, and he really wants to go along with him for the ride. And it's just all the shenanigans that they get into when they go to Miami. I really do enjoy these films for what they are. They're not like masterpieces or anything that people are going to talk about 10 years from now, but like I really do enjoy the comedy from Kevin Hart. I know people kind of get tired of him, and I can sort of see why. And Ice Cube's kind of always the same in all his movies, but I think he's cool. You know what I mean? NWA, and he's still like rocking out doing his stuff. But if you like the original Ride Along, you'll probably like this one also. But it's just not mind blowing entertainment, but it is fun popcorn stuff. But that's Ride Along 2 here on Blu-ray. And next up over here from Paramount is the new 30th anniversary edition of Top Gun here on Blu-ray. This is the Blu-ray Steelbook right here. I'm not going to really get into the film that much. It's just about a group of fighter pilots for the U.S. Navy, fighting to be the best that the best they can be, starring Tom Cruise. And this is like one of his films that I remember watching all the time, growing up as a kid right here. And if you guys want to get the Steelbook, definitely get it. But it also, the transfer of the film feels like it looks like the last transfer of the film that came out on Blu-ray, like really hot, really grainy, but that's what films look like, you know what I mean? Like they have grain in them, but it kind of looks like the same transfer. It doesn't look like they really went back to, redo the transfer of the thing like 4K or anything like that, you know what I mean? It still kind of looks like the same old edition, that came before it, but you get it now in a beautiful, new Steelbook. So if you guys are fans of the film and want to get a Steelbook of it, definitely go out there. It's out there on like Targets and things like that. It looks nice. And next up over here from Paramount also is a show I was really interested in checking out because I'm a big fan of this, of stand-up comedy in general, and Jim Gaffigan. And this is the Jim Gaffigan show, the complete first season here on DVD. And this just follows Jim Gaffigan and his life, and how it's kind of sort of based on his life, and how he has like his beautiful wife that looks way out of his league, and has like 5 or 6 kids, and how he lives in New York and tries to do a stand-up comedy and take care of his family at the same time. It's just a really kind of funny, hilarious, sitcom-y kind of show, but without the laugh track. You know what I mean? It's on 2 DVDs here. I kind of marathoned the hell out of this. You know what I mean? Like I watched one disc one night, and then the next night I watched the second one. It's just one of those shows you just watch and have a good time with. This is absolutely a lot of fun. I believe it aired on TV Land, as it says right here on the back here, but I never watched it on television, just when I got the DVD here. But like I think it's a really, really, funny show. So if you guys love sitcom-y kind of stuff, definitely check out the Jim Gaffigan Show season 1 here. And next up over here from what's called Anchor Bay is a new documentary by Michael Moore. I really like his stuff ever since it was called Roger and Me, Bowling for Columbine and stuff like that, and multiple other things that he's put out. And this is his new one called Where to Invade Next here on Blu-ray. And in this is a documentary about Michael Moore going to like European countries and different countries around the world, trying to take the best ideas that these countries have and try to bring them on over to America and see if we can actually use what these countries are doing something for ourselves. Like he goes to like a European country and finds out that the people that are, working their jobs on a day-to-day basis get like, 8 or 9 months paid vacation a year. And they also get like 2-hour lunch breaks and things like that. Because when I go on my lunch break, all I get is an hour. So the people in European countries, get like a 2-hour lunch break. And also he goes to the schools in these countries and finds out that these kids are being fed a lot better than the kids over where we live here in America. You know what I mean? Like how we get like the cardboard pizzas and like weird kind of stuff like soda and stuff. He goes to the countries over there, and these kids are getting like fillet of fish. You know what I mean? Like getting cooked like Gordon Ramsay style kind of food. And the schools are poorer than ours. You know what I mean? It's just really kind of, interesting and strange, the kind of stuff that, he talks about in this film. It's just really kind of interesting, and I really did like this film. It's probably one of the best ones he's put out recently, because he put out one called Capitalism, a Love Story, which I didn't really care for, and Sicko was just kind of whatever. But like this one, he really comes to form here. So if you're a fan of Michael Moore and his documentaries, definitely check out Where to Invade Next here on Blu-ray. I really love that one, to be honest. And next one up right over here, from Vinegar Syndrome, is a film I had on DVD for years. You know what I mean? I believe it's all dusty as hell still right here, but it came from Exxon Video back in the day, and it's called Dolomite. You can see how dusty it is. Look, watch. Ooh. Oh, you can't really tell, but it's Dolomite here on DVD, and now there's the Blu-ray version of the film that Vinegar Syndrome is just released here. And I gotta say, the film looks absolutely amazing. This movie right here is like blaxploitation, like at its best and worst at the same time. You know what I mean? It's pretty much about this pimp played by Rudy Ray Moore, who was actually a stand-up comedian, playing this pimp that's being let out of jail. And, going back on the streets and, just finding out how all this shit's changed since he's been in jail and trying to, put shit right again. And, I don't know. I always found this film to be kind of, crazy and weird. And, but I enjoyed it at the same time. You know what I mean? Like Rudy Ray Moore, like I said, was a stand-up comedian and like, turned his character of Dolomite into a movie. Like this character Dolomite was just the character that he used to play on stage, and he, brought it to a film. And, there's like a documentary making of special feature that's on here. It's really kind of interesting. And if you guys are a fan of Rudy Ray Moore, definitely pick up this Blu-ray here, because you're also going to watch the movie when you can see the boom mics like on the screen, and things like that, or you can watch it without the boom mics, because the older DVD I had, I always remember seeing the boom mics in different shots of the film. You know what I mean? So it's a really low budget film, but I really did enjoy the transfer on this and the special features that Vinegar Syndrome included on here. So if you're a fan, definitely check it out. And even if you don't know what this is, definitely check it out. It's really kind of weird and corny. It's kind of like Shaft in a way, but like super low budget. You know what I mean? But I really did dig Dolomite here. And next up over here from Olive Films is a film starring Martin Lawrence and Danny DeVito, and that is What's the Worst That Can Happen here on Blu-ray. This is, of course, the catalog title that Olive Films put out. It's pretty much in this film, Martin Lawrence is a thief that goes around stealing stuff until he goes into Danny DeVito's home. Danny DeVito's a big, rich, and popular, really uber rich guy, and he goes in there to steal some stuff. But in the meantime, he gets caught by Danny DeVito as he's trying to steal some stuff from his house. And Danny DeVito calls the cops, and then when the cops are there, Danny DeVito goes, "Hey, this guy over here has my ring on. Take that ring off." But it's not. It's really Martin Lawrence's, wedding ring or whatever from his girl that he really loves, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm the robber of the situation, but I'm being robbed by the guy that I was robbing," and stuff. And then the rest of the movie is just pretty much Martin Lawrence trying to get Danny DeVito back and get his ring back from his girlfriend and things. It's just it's a really fun movie. It's not amazing or anything, but like it's just nice to revisit it after all these years. And I just hope Martin Lawrence comes back again and starts doing movies, because I've been a big fan of his ever since his show Martin and his old stand-up comedy specials and things. But that's What's the Worst That Could Happen here on Blu-ray. Has all the same special features from the original DVD release of the film. Alright guys, and next up over here from Worldwide Entertainment is a film called Gross House here on DVD. This is a film that's directed and stars two of my friends, James Coker and Doug Waugh here. So my review may seem, like unbiased or something like that, but like I love this film. I'm not just saying it because they're my friends. I'm saying it because it was actually really fun to watch. It's pretty much about this one guy who lives with his mother, who's kind of like a drag queen, kind of person, like a person that's a woman, but it's really a man. But like it's really kind of strange. His mom's a prostitute, and she brings home, people to do, but then she kills them and things, but yet he has to, the mother tells the young kid played by James Coker that he has to bury these potential these victims in the backyard and different things, but yet the mom has like these powers to like bring these people back to life again, and all this really strange stuff happens. Like there's like this weird incest vibe that's going on in this film with the main kid of the film played by James and his sister. It's like really strange kind of shit, but it kind of feels like I was watching like a polyester or like like those old what was it called? John Waters movies, or like what's that? I keep forgetting, like Death Nurse. If you guys ever seen the movie the two movies called Death Nurse, it kind of felt like I was watching those movies, the old school Nick Villard, kind of movies. Like the acting is cool for the kind of movie that it is, but it's cheesy and over the top. Like you even get the main character of this movie, making like it was called peanut butter and fish sandwiches. Like he would get a peanut butter and like a big fish, just slap it in the middle of that thing and start to eat it. It's just like really weird, kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you guys love really low budget, really fun, creative kind of movies, definitely check out Gross House here. Like, I'm not just saying it because they're my friends. Like, I really legitly enjoyed watching this. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I was a part of this thing. You know what I mean? Like, they filmed it out and around where I was. I'm like, why didn't you contact me? But check out Gross House here on DVD, man. Out there on Amazon right now. And the last two up over here are from Time Life Home Entertainment. And the first one up right here is Carol Plus 2, the original Queens of Comedy here on DVD. And this is actually a comedy special, I believe, that CBS aired back in 1965, and if this is what Carol Burnett had to do to prove herself to CBS before she got to her own show called The Carol Burnett Show that came on, and CBS said, hey, if you can provide a really awesome comedy special with a big super named star, we're gonna give you your own show, and that's what became The Carol Burnett Show, and this is what she had to do to prove to the studio that she has what it takes. So she ended up getting one of the best comedians of the time, Lucille Ball, to come along with her, for her very first special that she had, to prove to CBS about this. And it was called, the comedy special was right here on DVD. And you get her, you get it's called Lucille Ball and Carol Burnett doing their zany little sketches and things. And this is what this DVD is. And I just found this one to be really kind of entertaining and kind of like the beginning of what Carol Burnett and the Carol Burnett Show had to offer. You know what I mean? So if you're a fan of Carol Burnett, definitely check out this DVD. You can pick it up at Best Buy in the bargain bins. They're like $10 or less. So if you're a fan of Lucille Ball or Carol Burnett, definitely check out this DVD. And next up right over here is also from Time Life, and that is the complete 5th season of The Wonder Years here on DVD. This one's not opened up. I just got this one here to show you guys to talk about because I already have the complete series twice already. Once in the the locker set, and then the other one that came by itself that you can probably see up there on the shelf over there. But this now, the complete fifth season is being released now in a regular keep case version. So for you collectors out there that don't want to get them in the big set, you want to get them separately, the 5th season is out now. I just love this show with Winnie Cooper, Kevin Arnold, and their little love thing that they have with one another and the family. I just really love this show. It's just one of those shows that's really close to my heart and things, and I just love it, man. And my friend Michael Ray Bowers in a couple of episodes of this thing that you see him in couple of my videos here. But guys, that's all I have to talk to you guys about today for this Blu-ray DVD update video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all for the next one. Hoarders unite.